Clifford, if you start off with your name, where you're from, and when you started attending the church, if those are the three things that you could start off with, please.
Clifford Hitchcock, from Holland Avenue, Clifford, Burnley. Started as a youngster at Mount Pleasant Church, and baptised there. Transferred to Sion because my dad became organist here, and that was about 1947.
Do you remember anything from the previous church, Clifford?
Yeah, I was 16 when I was baptised, and probably a couple of years afterwards I started going to Sion because there were more young people going there, and my dad had moved over from Mount Pleasant to Sion to play the organ in the services.
And was that in the old Sion Baptist Church?
Yes.
Could you describe are there any memories that you have of the old building? What it looked like, preferably what it looked like from the inside? Are there any fond memories that you may have?
Well, the church was the old-fashioned type, was all pews, and some of them used to have names at the end of the pews for certain people to sit in. I remember going to the church. There wasn't enough rooms in the Sunday school. There's that many children go that they had to use the church itself as for classes. They had classes in the Sunday school, which was across the road, and they used I was in the young people's class, and that was in the church. That was Sunday afternoon, with a morning service, afternoon Sunday school, and an evening service.
And was the old building, do you remember it being dark? Was it an open space church?
It was typical non-conformist church with a gallery around. The school, as I said, the Sunday school was across the road, which was a bit of a rambling sort of building, a lot of separate rooms, and a hall upstairs, a bigger room upstairs.
Right. And do you remember when they started building the new Sion Baptist Church?
Yeah, when they started with the alterations to the roads and that, we had to go into temporary buildings, and we used the municipal college as it was there on Ormond Road for services on Sundays, and we had a boys' brigade company, and that some gentlemen who had some premises on Bank Parade lent us that to hold the boys' brigade meetings, and we were temporary without a church until I think it was 1960. Is it 61?
Two, I think. There's a...
Yeah, 1962.
Like that book. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the initial reason of building the new church, or moving from the old to the new?
Well, it was a time what was altering the road system and that. It wasn't the churches. It wasn't that the church wanted to move. It was a case of we had to move because at the time we were altering the road system, and we had to fight for compensation,
So did the council actually pay the cost of the new church?
No.
They played some and with so many thousand to make ourselves. I can't remember. I think it was 25,000?
I can't remember. I know it seemed a lot at the time, but they weren't giving us enough for a complete new
We had to
building.
kept fighting for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So moving into the new church, was there a positive atmosphere about moving into a new building?
Oh yes.
A different building?
Yes,
Probably a
yeah.
new way of life or something.
Do you want me to answer as
Yeah.
well?
No, of course, if you
Do
want
you want
to.
me? I don't know whether I have to put in or not.
No, you can, and then later on what I'll do is I will
if you ask me the same
clarify.
questions,
Yeah,
that's okay.
that's fine, yeah.
I'll let Clifford say
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
What was the last question?
Oh, sorry. I mean, what was the atmosphere like?
Oh,
When you
they're
changed?
enthusiastic, really, weren't they? They
Do you feel there was any changes in the amount of people who started visiting the church? Was there an increase or decrease?
No, I think it was like a fresh start, and they were quite the same number, a few more perhaps, but it was such a modern type building, such a change from the other. You know, everything was different, everything was brighter inside.
So what do you think of the new current building compared to the old one?
Well, as time goes on, and they grow older, you find you could have done things differently, but it's been a very good building for us, apart from the flat roof.
So how do you feel when they actually moved from the old church to the new church? I mean, the new church, how did it play a role within the community itself? Was there a link with the community, with the wider community? For example, activities, parades, anything like that, of any memory?
I couldn't answer that.
No? Right, so that's fine, no problem. I mean, do you feel from when you were young, when you visited the new church, and as time has gone by, do you feel there's been a change within the community or a change within the church itself?
Well, there seemed to be a great enthusiasm. They were raising their whole efforts to raise money and things like that.
And do you feel that the church now is playing a positive role within the community?
It's trying its best to, yeah.
Are there any other memories, Clifford?
They have a food store and things like that, and people drop in who were, desperate for things at times and help them out.
Are there any other memories, Clifford, that you remember from the old church or the present church at the moment? Any profound memories that you may have?
Well, the old walking days where they used to parade around the street with a band and that. And they used to have those, but they don't seem to do them now.
Yeah.
I remember coming into a nice big hall space, and you could do a lot more activities than in the old church with a splintered floor.
Yeah. I guess it is positive to have a larger area space, isn't it? Get an opportunity to do more things. Can you think of any other questions?
No.
No? No? Thank you, Clifford. Yeah, that's brilliant.